Yo, how's it going? Zendra, Juho, Cozy. What's up, guys? Um, sometimes my grandma makes coffee, so I went downstairs, but she didn't have any, so I have to make my own. I thought your I thought your green screen was a separation curtain in a hospital. You thought I had like some you thought I was streaming in a hospital? Huh? Yeah, I guess it kind of looks like that. But I mean my room doesn't look like a hospital, so what am I doing today? We are going to do... I'm going to finish up... We'll see. I did a lot of... I was working on the boss fight yesterday. Or, the escape sequence. We've made some decent progress. Let me see. I think it's the angle. The angle makes it... How does it look like a hospital? Like, I mean, you see my bed right there. You see my desk. You feel me? Or are you saying the curtain itself looks like a separate... Like a curtain for a hospital, not the room? What is your solution for players being too fast and skip the boss? Honestly, there's no solution for that. In fact, that's a good... I feel like that's a good problem to have. Unless your game is just too easy. I mean, I guess it does sort of look like a hospital camera. I mean, a hospital curtain. It's hung like a curtain. It's it's hung between my window and we drilled a hole into my wall, so it's like there's an Ethernet cable connecting the two. There's an Ethernet connecting one side of my room to another side of my room. And then I put the curtain in there. How's it going, Tomer? Alright. I've actually been enjoying the designs here. Only issue, though, is... Why Memori? Like, why the name Memori? I know a chase sequence in Pizza Tower is too easy and you can basically become too fast, you won't even see the guy following you. I mean, I think that's a design choice though, right? Like do you want to allow the player to do that? Like, I don't think... I don't know. For me at least, my biggest issue is the game is too hard. So if the game is too easy, like, I do think the game is too easy. But for a general audience, the game is too hard. So at the moment, I'm not prioritizing making the game... Like, if the game is too easy... Okay, another thing is, though, my game is not easy. Like, the platforming is already challenging enough. And adding the pressure of the boss, just adds to it. So I don't think I have that issue. Maybe that's why, like, in my head, it's like... That's not a bad problem, because I already think the game is too hard. If your game is too easy in general, yeah, that's a problem. Were you there when Saltoons was playing... He was playing some random game, and he was, like, complaining the game was too easy. It was a very, very pretty game, but it was just too easy. And, I mean, you'll find an audience of people who like that stuff, though. Like, some people don't want the challenge. Why did I choose Memori? It's based on Memento Mori. It's like a Latin phrase, which basically just means to remember death. Yeah. I think Stoicism was like I would say the biggest philosophy that I've gotten into during my young adulthood. No, I wouldn't say like I'm a follower of Stoicism, but I do like Stoicism. But I will say, did you get that shortened name from a K-drama? No, it's a shorter version of Memento Mori. It's not even a real word, at least. I kind of made it up. Like, I just was like, oh, let's name it Memento Mori. Oh, Memento Mori's already taken. Let me do Memori. Yeah. What does it mean in the K-drama, though? If it means the same thing, then cool. Okay. This area is a little weird. I don't maybe I just don't like this little section here that I'm trying to get working. Maybe we could put, let me see. Maybe I could just put a spring right here. I also want to write a script real quick to reset. See this? I hate that this usually happens as a transition texture for the spikes here. We need to update that. Maybe I'll update that today. We might have to actually update that. You know what? We're just gonna do level design today, and if we finish up a lot of the level design, then we'll. You know, I don't know what these purple lines are. I don't know how to remove them either. Show guides. Oh, there we go. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm just pouring milk into my coffee. Have you guys seen The Boys? Has anyone watched The Boys? What the hell? Can't even reach it. I just finished it yesterday. Or no, I finished it 2 days ago. The 3rd season. Pretty much know everything. I see. I thought it was pretty entertaining, I would say. I really liked. I wish they milked the fight with like. I won't spoil anything, but I wish they milked more of the, you know, some of the you know, there's some OP characters in the show, and I wish they had more fights between some of those OP characters. Cause it was like that was like the best part of the show, like just the fight you saw in it. I'm sure they'll do more, but yeah, they should have like, I don't know. Maybe they want to save it for like the finale. I guess that would be the best scene, right? Free my boy A-Train. You have to drag the ruler on top of the level. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Heard it was good. You know what's another good show? I'm sad I think they'll make some more episodes, but they've been taking their sweet time. Invincible. It's another superhero. It's like a cartoon. It's based on a comic book. Invincible. I think it's on. I don't know if you guys have. I think it might be on Amazon Prime. Or you know, whatever you can find it on. Legally, of course. Season 2 should come out November 3rd, I think. Oh, okay. Oh, awesome. Yeah, that one was really good. I mean, all those good shows aren't on Netflix. Okay. I think this is pretty good. I don't like this last platform right here, but all in all, decent. X? What is that? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it could be a combination of the weather, but my lips are so chapped. But it's like unnaturally chapped. It could be the food I've been eating lately, though. It's a tiny pirate flag. Oh. Are you talking about One Piece? The One Piece show? The One Piece show I liked. I really liked, actually, the live action. Oh, that's what you were saying, Tomer. We can't talk about that, unfortunately. Or fortunately, wink wink, don't break the rules around here. I forgot to ping the Discord. You're right, I did. I was gonna ping it after I went to get coffee, and then I just completely forgot. I guess Dinobot reminded me, or reminds people, but it's not the same. Am I on? Oh, I'm on 18. You're a pirate. Yeah. I have nothing against pirates. Even like as an indie dev or like as a game developer, honestly, like pirates are pretty cool. You know, like what are some Sea of Thieves? I mean, I always like watching gameplay of it. It's awesome. But yeah, as an indie game dev, it's like, yeah, pirates are pretty cool. As if there were any in our regions. But yeah, I feel like as a game dev, if people are like, I don't know, I feel like people are pirating your game. I feel like it's a good problem to have. Like some people just can't afford your games. Like some obviously, like I plan on making my game relatively cheap. But even then, like if you're like a gamer, I feel like, I don't know, if you're in a really poor country, something equivalent, you know, whatever $10 is. I mean, I think you can set prices based on countries, but like, yeah, I feel like some people just don't want to pay that amount. That could be like a meal or something, you know what I mean? Or like, maybe not even a meal, but like, you know, they're just poor, which is understandable. Just make a poor version of your game. I mean, the poor version is people pirating the game, you know? That's, yeah, I feel like if you're poor, like, and you're a gamer, you're probably already, like, it's not, especially if you live in, like, a country where it's not really regulated, like, they don't really care. You're probably pirating all the time. Like, at least in the US, pirating is, like, it's literally, like, federally illegal, I'm pretty sure. Whereas, yeah, I'm not sure, but I feel like in India, like, you don't even, like, they don't even care. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Actually, maybe I should look that up. Is it legal to pirate in what country? Did I say India? Oh my god. You can go to prison for a year. I guess if they have an established company, I guess okay, yeah. I would say maybe it matters if they have a company already in India. You saying all Indians are pirates? No. I just know I know a decent amount of Indians who would say they pirated. I never knew if they used the VPN or not. I guess I assumed it didn't matter. What is that playing in the background? Is that a script that solves the levels? No. It's a recording of the gameplay. Imagine, that'd be so cool. And they decided not to hire anyone. I'm so confused. They were hyped about me. Damn. Sorry to hear that, Axer. Remember you mentioning that you got really excited. But remember, I think I remember saying, like, hey, if it doesn't work out, don't worry about it. Like, I mean, that's just the way it is sometimes. These things are, they're not in your control, but the best thing you can do is just, figure out how you can improve. And I mean, maybe there's nothing that you could have done to be better, but I'm sure there's something that you can do for yourself. How's it going, Francis? Yeah, I'll try to apply for another job. At least, yeah, you'll get more comfortable with it. Getting used to the process. Neft AZ212, thank you for the follow. Welcome, everybody. Currently doing level design. I think I was gonna do some auto tiling stuff, but it's kind of boring. Like, it's basically just removing like these little crevices in our tile map, which is very easy to fix, but it will take a hot minute, so we'll save that for like a polished stream. What's today's date? Where the hell? I don't know why Windows 11. Oh, I'm just dumb. Okay. Hopefully there was no notification that doxes me. Can we like? I never read these notifications. I wish you could just like. Yeah, there we go. I don't know. Like I don't know anyone who actually uses this for like notifications. So I'm trying to release the demo by the end of the month, or I guess maybe by January 1st. If we could release it by the end of the month, then we could also do like a Spotlight Saturday for anyone who wants to play games. But yeah, honestly, I haven't really been pushing Spotlight Saturdays. I've kind of just been... Maybe what we should do is what Captain Coder does, which is like once per month, just collect a bunch of games and then play it at the end of the month. That way, like, we can celebrate releasing a demo and we can play other people's games. I think that's a better idea. Cause yeah, no one ever pushed it. But yeah, I don't actually push anything either. What the F was that sound? Did you fix the dash shifts? Yeah, I did. I'm actually very proud of the dash that we have now. I might have missed. Let me see. So like with ROMs and video games, downloading is didn't know that actually. Why isn't everyone pirating stuff in Switzerland? Switzerland streaming and downloading pirate stuff is legal. Okay. Yeah. It's okay if we talk about. By the way, just in case. Pirating is okay. Like, if you're talking about the topic of pirating, you can, but don't, like, advocate for it at all, please. Don't even joke about it, too, please. It's my platform. I don't want to hurt my platform. Yeah, I was going, wearing... Alright, so... this room is, two pirates walk into a bar. That's it. That's it. So, remember I told you guys my right arrow key is broken? It's officially broken. I'm using the numpad for input now. I will say, since we started talking about, it's always when we talk about weird stuff that like people start flocking to the stream. So we were just talking about pirates. The other time my stream boosted was when we started talking about frickin' NSFW games. So maybe the algorithm wants us to talk about it. I have a really cool idea for a game that I want to tackle one day. I might even do it after this one. Yeah, how's it going, Jack? What you been up to, Jack? You been, man? Is there a shortcut between switching between tabs and Godot? CMD shift all the time. You can scroll. You can use your scroll wheel on the top. That's all I know. That's usually what I do. What was I gonna do? Oh shit! I forgot what I wanted to do. Oh yeah, we did want to edit this room though. Honestly, I don't even like these flames here, but I'm gonna leave it. Something feels very claustrophobic. Somewhere around here. I also wanted to increase the rate of fire of this enemy. Like, so if we look at chapter 3, you'll see we already have 3 vertical rooms. Yeah, we have 3 vertical rooms, and I'm thinking in every increment he's gonna shoot a lot faster. So this one was like, you know, pretty tame. Also, we need to make sure that he's accelerating upwards, which I don't think he's doing. Here, let's actually push our player down. Let me see. So right now I have it set to, let me try 260. Wanted to apologize. Oh, Octo. I mean, if you think you were being a jerk, I'm not gonna say you were. But you know, I never expect anyone to be active on my stream. Like, even mods, like it's whatever. Like, I feel like software and game development has the most chill communities, or like chill people. I think everyone already knows the struggle of game dev, so everyone's just like pretty tame. I don't think I've ever had. I think we get like maybe once every. I want to say like once every 6 months, and I've only been streaming for like a year, so like maybe two people I actively had to ban from. Besides like Juho or like, you know. Oh shit! What the hell? You know, besides the typical people that we ban, it's pretty tough. What the hell? I just dropped this down by one. What the frick? Oh, I see. I just have something called low IQ. Boom, boom, boom. Also, I just realized we're not full screening on this. Let me see. Automatic scene switcher. Boom. Alright, so, wait, what the hell? He's not killing us anymore. Maybe let me see something. Yeah, what the hell? Where's this hitbox? Did we remove it or something? Or maybe I hit it. Oh, it's because it's on the edge. Originally we didn't have a hitbox for this area. Boom. This is a short hike, right? This song. I can actually, low-key, is that a game that is streamable? Like, I know, obviously you can stream it, but is it like a good game for a stream? And we still have to play Ori too. Oh shit. Oh, come on. Ah, fuck. Let me turn off hitboxes. It's short and very fun to watch. Oh, okay. So yeah, I could download that one of these days. Maybe after the we'll see. We'll see actually. I haven't been working on my game nearly as much as I want to. I don't know. I think I've just been burnt out lately. I think it's fine. Like it's just, I think it's a natural thing to happen. Oh my god. But we will be finishing. I think we'll definitely finish at least some version of the boss fight before the end of the month, and then and hopefully once we start working on version 7, I'll get that motivation back. I do feel motivated today though. I'll say that. I think because I started doing a lot of level design off stream. Like I'll play video games and like every time I'm in a queue or something, I'll just work on levels. And you just get used to the habit actually. Like I'll just be like, all right, I forced myself to make levels because I couldn't do it on stream. Fuck, bro, I can't even beat this area. Here, let me also add my camera. Where's my face? Jack. You've been streaming, Jack? Am I following you? I'm not following you. I didn't know you stream. Dude. Hell yeah. On Twitch or on YouTube? Or both? That's why it's called a short hike. I'm streaming on an alt account. I see. You're very mysterious. Come on. Ah, man. Why can't we reach that eye? We should bring it closer if we can't. Let me see. But I've been playing. I actually got Payday 3, but I probably won't play it. Is it? Unless it's good. So I downloaded it with some friends, and then like usually we have people calling dibs for like who can play with, like, because if you have a group already, you don't want to like ruin that group. And some people overclaimed, or like, I think I had dibs, but I didn't mind giving my spot away. So because I was like, we already have so many games to play. There's so many games out there. There's no point in hogging any games. So I was like, fuck it. I'll keep playing. I've been playing a lot of I don't know why I find it so fun. Shit, can we actually get it? Oh, we can. I think I have to update that room though. What game have I been playing? Texas Chainsaw. I like it. A lot of the game, dude, it's actually annoying as hell though. All these new games coming out, they're so buggy. Texas Chainsaw, I do like the game, but it's super buggy. And they're making like a bunch of content updates, and they're not fixing the game. Like, how the hell can you? I don't know, man. Like, how can you? Like, if I ever find a game-breaking bug in my game, it hurts me mentally. Like, my brain just crumbles, and I'm just like, all right, we have to work on this first, not freaking ignore it, pretend it doesn't exist, and then add more content to the game. Like, how can you? I get it's like a group of people, so like, no matter what, they're like. Yeah, I don't know. I guess if someone is dedicated to a certain aspect of the game and they can't solve the bug, but still, like, I don't know, man. I guess that's what's nice about being a solo dev. I mean, your project is smaller and more manageable, so you don't have like you can obviously fix bugs on your own. You can pick where to allocate your time, but still, it's also like AAA or like AA games, right? So I feel like they can just throw a little bit. You're hurting your audience too. Like the fact that I'm giving, like right now I'm a streamer. I'm not a popular streamer, but I'm a streamer giving your game a bad name because you don't want to fix your bugs. Or maybe they are, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hard on them. I don't know. No, they probably made so much money. Like, come on. Fix your bugs. Like, he got a 6 gigabyte update a couple of days ago. I wonder. We can't get up there. We can't get up there, like, from speedrunning. We have to, like, take this weird route. Let me see if we can... Not sure what I could do here. I could put an eye right here. It's alright. Main problem were the servers. That's why I got so many negative reviews. Payday? Or, which game? I assume Payday. And about Payday 3, the content is kind of missing yet. Payday 2, yeah, compared to... Yeah, that makes sense. Even with, what's it called? Frickin' Texas Chainsaw. It's already, like, there's not enough content. But I feel like it's like that with all types of, like, what do you call that? Co-op games? Like, look at Dead by Daylight. I'm sure Dead by Daylight was pretty boring. And the grind for Texas Chainsaw is kind of crazy, actually. It's a lot of grind, but it's because they're missing content. Like, it's the same thing that happened with Dead by Daylight, where it was like they didn't have enough content, so like you have to like keep resetting. Like, it's very annoying to have to redo your character. But then they started adding prestiges and stuff. You know, they try to add like things in the way of progress. Oh, I think Tomer asked what my idea was. Okay. It's not like, I wouldn't say it's the same type of, it's a completely different game. It's more so an idle game. Or like, kind of like a simulation game, but a simulation of an individual, trapped in a room. And, like, kind of like food, like managing yourself. Have you ever seen Black Mirror? There's this episode called 1 Million Merits or something like that. It's basically like a bunch of people who are forced to ride bikes to provide energy for like I don't know, the provide energy for society or something. But then they also have an opportunity to like go on like, you know, America's or, you know, Country's Got Talent. And, you know, they have a chance, you know, to become famous. I like the idea of like, so my idea for a game was that it was going to be an idle game, so like you wouldn't actually pay attention to the gameplay, or you would, but like you can sort of passively play. So wait, this guy should be shooting like, okay, there we go. And after every, the one with the cubed rooms, do they have cubed? Yeah, they did have, yeah. Yeah, the cube, they all lived in like their own little individual, it was like a jail cell. And then in the morning they would get up, they would eat breakfast or something, then they would ride bikes and they'd all have like their own little, virtual world characters. But yeah, I kind of like the idea of like making a game like that where you're just trapped in a room, but it would be like a side game, kind of like I was thinking it would be like an isometric game. I don't know. I like the idea in my head. It seems like a cool game to just have on the side, but I don't know. Not sad, actually depressing. I mean, that's all of Black Mirror, to be honest. Like, it's just, or a lot of Black Mirror, I'll say. It's just kind of depressing. I mean, it's supposed to be like a dystopia, sort of. I'm gonna put a collectible here in this little area, and that's what I wanted to work on. Like, the gameplay, I mean, would be pretty interesting. It'd be more, like I said, it'd be more like a simulation, but the ending I feel like would be kind of cool, or it would be kind of like just a cute little message, cute little dark message to the outside world. But just like with everything, I'd probably overscope the game. It might even be redone. Oh my god, this guy. Oh, how the hell? Okay, there's no way we can get to the secret without dying. Let me see. Shit, I keep dying before we even get there. Let me see. We have to like. God damn, bro. I think we can actually do this. Yeah, there's no way. So we can slow down the player if we really wanted to. Fuck. I'm sorry, not slow down the player, slow down the boss. Or maybe we could just make it a separate path and connect the two. Let's see if we can do that somehow. So, if we can... Here, actually, I have a good idea. I think it is possible. I think I have to lower this eye, though. Either lower this eye... We have to make sure that we can grab this eye right here. There's an eye right here. It makes you bounce to the right, but then I don't think you can dash upwards and hit it. Or maybe... Let's see. But here, let me add like a little connecting area here. I'll get rid of this. It has to be like a downwards... Like, almost like we have to design it to be a downwards fall. You jump through here. Let me see. And we can always put eyes. We'll see. I don't want to speak too soon. Yeah, I really want to tackle more, like, I don't know, more depressing topics. It sounds kind of weird, but like, yeah, just darker themes in life. I'm just worried that it'll make me depressed. Maybe I should just wait for me to become depressed, and then I'll start working on those games. But then, like, it's possible then I won't work on it. Or it'll save me from being depressed. Why would you make a game about it when there is real life? I mean, that's the point, right? Like, you want to tackle ideas. At least for me, like, I love to... I don't know, as a game dev, you might... I don't know if it's, like, a sense of, like... I don't know, is it egotistical to think you're doing something greater than what it actually is? You get what I mean? Like for my game, for instance, I'm like, oh yeah, like there's a deeper meaning behind it, all of it, you know? And I feel like that's what a lot of people do with their games. Even though, like, as a gamer or as a consumer, you might not take it too seriously, but a lot of the time, I would say these developers, especially if it's an indie game, you know, they hold it to a certain standard. Like they are trying to make a good game, or they do mean what they say when they make a game. But I just don't think most people take it seriously. Which, I mean, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you don't like. There aren't too many games that I've taken seriously. And yeah, I still want to take my story seriously, or like my quote-unquote message seriously. I don't know, maybe that's just, but that could just be what makes a good game. Like, no one's taking the story seriously, but I'm sure someone out there might. Or, you know, subconsciously they'll think, oh, at least the story wasn't, you know, corny, or at least it wasn't crappy. Wasn't like a generic, you know, like Mario saves Princess Peach. There we go. Honestly, not too shabby. So you can get the collectible, and you can't get it the other way around. But there is still one issue, I think. This top area. Also, yeah, we can't. We have to go this way if we want to grab it. Wouldn't mind the Save Princess Peach game right now. There is one coming out soon. Isn't like Mario 2D coming out soon? Another 2D Mario, I mean. Relatively soon. Boom, boom. You're working on... There's a story to Little Runma? Yeah, how's it going, Grumble? How goes it? It goes. It goes. We're finishing up the, I think we'll definitely finish the boss fight by the end of the month, so I'm not complaining. Oh, whew. Yeah, I mean, it's possible, like, this left area is a little redundant, though. Like, there's no reason for it. If we require the player to jump on top of this, there's no point. We could make it so that if we bring this a little further out. There's a story, you'll see it? Okay. I know, I mean, it's based on Little Run, like the YouTube video. I want to say, does the YouTube video, because you're basing it entirely on the YouTube video, right? Or like, I'm sure you're taking some creative liberty, but for the most part, it's oh shit. For the most part, it's based on the YouTube video, right? How did I? What the hell? Let me see. So yeah, you can't go that way. Oh, oh, damn. I mean, obviously it's possible to beat it, but I want it to be more challenging. I think we're gonna put spikes right. We can block out this whole area. That way they don't do a right dash, because they're gonna hit this and then we're like, oh, what do I do? And there's no time pressure. There's a lot of time pressure, so they'll get caught in that loop. So yeah, we can block it out like that. Even honestly, you can even put more like that. It looks kind of ugly though. Let's see if we can do anything about that. The only issue though is if I'm already building way more over here, that means I should put something here for like the player to, like, maybe we should just put this eye over here or something. Damn. But again, Mario kind of story, I guess. Maybe I can't. Maybe it can't be considered a story. I'm not a writer. Not my kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, I would say I'm the same. I'm not really a writer, but I'm also not really. I'm not an artist either, and yet people are saying like, "Oh yeah, but you know, your game looks really good." So I think you can be a. You can at least try to get a decent story going. Like I plan on getting a decent story. I think for me, my greatest concern is that I'll be very critical of it. I keep changing the story a decent amount. Alright, I don't like this platform right there. It's kind of a waste. You can have a simple story. Yeah, a simple story. Originally my story had to do with... So my story... The story of my game used to be very, very dark. And I've kind of made it pretty tame. And it was going to be dark yet again. Or like a tamer version of it being... how'd I say it? Like... It went from being dark to really tame to mild, like back to the original story, but still mild. And now it's going back to its like super mild version, with with some dark themes. I know I'm really not saying anything by like describing. I don't want to spoil the game, because I feel like that's the one thing I can keep a secret. For now, at least. So Jacob doesn't climb the afterlife mountain. Nope. Dark emo sad teen dark. I would say sad teen or like. All right, so I'll say like it was supposed to tackle ideas of suicide and like drug abuse. Originally. And obviously, like, I was like, like one, you have to do that very like, it's already a very touchy topic, and one, I don't have too much experience with those things. So one, I didn't want to sound fake. That's another issue. Like while it's nice to talk about these things or like bring awareness to them, like even like mental illness and stuff like that, I don't really have a history with it, at least not to an extent that I'm like passionate about, you know, if you get what I mean. So I would like, that's why I stopped. If I was more, I don't know, like I said, like that's why it's the same reason why like I don't really want to talk about depression or like I mean it's also even dangerous to talk about it unless you're already living it, I would say. Kind of like I don't know, I'm always thinking like, oh, if you listen to depressing music, even if you're not depressed, you can become like subconsciously you'll become depressed. And so I mean that's one thing, but also like yeah, I don't even know how to put it into words. But the thing is, my game is called like I will say like I think Memento Mori is a good name for the game though, because that is something that I do think about a lot. I do think about death a lot, and not in like a negative, not with a negative connotation, but I do think about it a lot. So I won't be, you know, spitting my philosophy into the game, but I will try to do it, you know, tastefully. Just mildly. Just enough, you know, to have someone say, hey, this is a decent story. We keep playtesting the same areas, but I just want to make sure that honestly I think it's perfect though. I really enjoy this area. In fact, I like it so much that I think the previous areas are like poo-poo. Like they're so bad. I think vertical rooms are just so much easier to design to make it done well. Oh shit, I fucked up. Actually, I don't know if I fucked up, but I think maybe we should put one more platform here, and what we'll do is we'll actually raise this up here, and we'll just push this up here. By the way, listening to depressive music might make you pessimistic, but not actually depressed. Okay. I get, yeah, I mean, okay, but what happens if you're what happens if you're pessimistic for a very long time? Then, like, you know, your approach on life might make you depressed. Like, oh, maybe you'll find that you never want to be a game dev again or something, you know? And I think as an influencer, like, not, I hate that word, but like, as an, like, I don't want to say influencer, but like, you know, if I'm streaming a lot of the time and like, I don't like the word influencer, but obviously as a streamer, you are influencing people, right? And I would hate to like share that with people. I wouldn't want to, like, when I feel like shit, I don't want people to feel like shit. I don't want my viewers to feel like shit. So, you know, I feel like I don't want to sound like, oh, you know, being a streamer is super. Again, I don't want to. It's the same thing with like the story, right? Like, you take everything you do seriously. As a game dev, you might take the story seriously, or the music seriously, something that no one really pays attention to. And as a streamer, like, you know, because I've been doing it for a decent time now. I would hate to be like that person who's like telling you like, hey, you're never gonna make it, or like when I feel like shit, I always think like, and this might sound corny, but like I always think like, oh, there are other people who have told me like, hey, it's super inspiring that, you know, you're working on your game for so long, and like even when I feel like shit, I'm like, oh, even if I feel like shit, at least I'm like helping these people feel good about themselves. Not to hold it to like some. I don't want to like pat myself on the back, because at the end of the day, I am making a game. At the end of the day, I am making the game for, you know, for myself. Like at the end, you know what I mean? Like, it is a commercial game that I'm making. It's not like, oh, I'm making it for you guys, and I'm going to, you know, share the profits with all my viewers or something. You know, like that's not happening, right? But I am. Can you lend a homie some? So the thing is, I also don't really like the idea of like, unless you're working on a project, like obviously like. Like one day I would love it if like I had if I did really well and like I had a friend, for instance, who like was really short on cash. I wouldn't want to like give them money. I would love to just like give them a job instead. You know, the whole give a person a fish versus teaching them how to fish. I don't know. Sounds kind of corny, but I like the idea of like helping someone put their life together. Does that make sense? Can you teach me? Yeah. Just buy my course online, and how you become rich is you. There's this thing called affiliate marketing. I have this thing called Hustlers University. But it's not Hustlers University. It's NPC University. It's how to be an NPC. And through that, they'll learn how to be rich. And there's this thing called affiliate marketing, basically. And it's not a pyramid scheme. I really want to make sure it's not a. I want you to understand it's not a pyramid. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's it's another way for me to manipulate my viewers. By the way, this is a satire for anyone who doesn't know. I mean, nothing. I would say nothing is technically wrong with affiliate marketing. But yeah, it's a joke. Affiliate marketing is the same way. I mean, that's how Amazon works. Like, if you ever go on a website and you're like, there's an article that says like, oh, top 10 keyboards, for example. Usually those 99% of the time, those websites have affiliate links, which are connected to Amazon, and it's connected to an account. And basically, if you click on a keyboard and you buy that keyboard, it redirects you to Amazon, and then they get like a commission, basically. That's the same way. Like it's how. So yeah, we were joking about Hustlers University, which is like the the Andrew Tate. I don't know if he still. I'm sure he still does it, but it's his life coach program or whatever. And I'm pretty sure that's how he makes his money, or like how he grows it is through affiliate marketing. It's very I would say it's similar to what's it called? The thing is, it's not really, you can't call it a pyramid scheme, but like it's a pyramid. It's a very small pyramid, I would say. Very short pyramid. Where everyone just redirects to one thing, and they get their own money. Yeah, it's not multi-level. It's not multi-level marketing though. Again, it's two-level marketing. It's just the provider and then the affiliates. Watch the video on Celeste and its themes like anxiety and stuff. It was really interesting. Kind of thought about it again because Madeline in the game tries to help out Mr. Oshiro, or whatever the guy he's called, and from the hotel. Basically, she tries to help her, thinking it could fix her own problems, but of course it didn't work. And also, she wasn't in the position to actually help him because he dug himself in a hole which he couldn't escape. You can't save everyone. Interesting. I always found, how did Mr. Oshiro even freaking he was so weird. Like he was basically the epitome of like a nice guy, right? Milady type of Tips Fedora type of person. From what I remember, but nothing. I don't remember anything about him. Like at the end of the game, he's kind of there, and he's like, "Hey, it's all good now," I thought it was a trans thing. It is. Oh, I mean, if you're talking about Madeline, the whole thing is, it's an anxiety thing, but I don't think it's Maddie Thorson, the developer of Celeste, is transgender, but when they were making the game, I don't think they wanted to make it that obvious or put it into. It's the same way, I guess, with my game, where it's you don't need to take it. I don't know. Well, I don't want to say she didn't take it seriously, but maybe you take a step back, right? So you might not make it directly. For instance, I might not make my game directly about suicide, but I might, tackle some ideas on it, but not to the same extent, I would say. At least not with not with this game. I see. So the character just happens to be trans. Trans. I don't really know. Like the game is like, it's a huge like LGBTQ game. And I would say, like, if it's known for something, it's definitely it's about Madeline being transgender. I mean, because I guess the anxiety is associated with being transgender. I would, if I had to guess. But it's not that, like, you would never know if Maddie Thorson didn't say anything. I would say. Unless there are themes in the game that I didn't catch on to. But yeah, I don't remember there being any, like, any hints to being transgender. But maybe if I replay the game, and, like, maybe there's some subtle cues to it. I'm flabbergasted when I found out both are trans and have a similar name. Madeline Maddie Thorson. Oh, true. I think her name is now Madeline. I'm pretty sure. Obviously, people say Maddie, but I think officially her name is now Madeline. What a way to like, do that, right? Like, make an entire game. Like, how narcissistic do you have to be? Am I right? No, I'm kidding. Like, imagine, like, you want to come out to your friends, so you're like, here, let me make a quick game, quick 2-year game about it. And make it a top seller too while I'm at it. Alright, I think this area is done. I keep replaying it, thinking something else is going to change, but I think it's perfect. That's OG Minecraft music, yeah. So why is my camera so... Yeah, I was going Proton. I almost said practical. Bum, bum. Alright, I'm curious to see what they have going for what's it called? The other game that they're working on now? Extremely OK Games. They're working on what is it called? Earthblade? Seems pretty I don't know yet. From the gameplay, it doesn't look that interesting, but yeah, I think it's still in the very early works. Got physics done for the game. Hell yeah. For which game? The racing game or a new is it a new game now? They leaked a story about a gay dude coming out as... No, is that a joke? I mean... Yeah, okay. For Car King, yes? Nice. I remember, who did I watch playing a game? I forgot who it was. Maybe it was Devro, but I'm not entirely sure. Alright, so what do we want to do for the next boss fight? Didn't know you decided to put yourself into memory as a wall of spikes. Myself. Oh shit. So I think, remember we had that bug where the game was crashing on the reset? I'm not sure if we actually fixed that. Like, you can see that the boss isn't chasing us, or it is, but it's like far out back. Alright, I'll check out the clip in just a second. Just want to make sure this area is good. I think what we'll do for the boss... I'll have to see. Because, okay, what's today? The 27th. So by Saturday, or I guess by Sunday, I should be releasing something. And, I mean, I think if we can definitely rewrite it within, like, a couple of hours. But I'll have to see. Blurry wall, thank you. But yeah, I also remember looking up like how to like it's very difficult to like on the topic of Celeste, where it's like, you know, like it's hard to make a story. Oh my god, I keep dying right there. It's hard to make a story good and like take it too seriously. I think that's why they didn't, like, you know, it was easy to do it after the game was released. Or easier to do it after the game was released, but I think maybe on release if they just said, oh, like, hey, or like, you know, they incorporated the story of being transgender, I feel like maybe it wouldn't have hit the same. And I remember looking, I guess because maybe people can't relate, or like a general audience can't relate to it, but I think like a lot of people can relate to anxiety. Yeah, I was going to TQ. Oh shit. Also, I'm kind of this is from just my knowledge on like because we were talking about stories, right? Like I'm not necessarily good at stories, but I've been doing a decent amount of research on it. And the thing I've noticed is like also, I'm really bad at writing stories, so for me, it means a lot more when, like... It means a lot more to make the story simpler, but maybe still tackle certain themes that you think are appropriate. So I think Celeste did it, you know, pretty well. In fact, you know, just like they did the story very well, or sorry, just like they did the game very well, I think they did the story really well as well. How's the progress today? Pretty good. I would say I think we've polished the rooms. So that's as much as we can hope for. We'll definitely finish the escape sequence by the end of the month, or I guess by the weekend. So that's exciting. Shit, oh my god, I pressed... What's that song? This one? song is called Green Tea Forest. This guy is pretty good. I don't know who he is, but I have a few of his songs liked. It's a combination of like classic video game music and like his own little like, I don't know, DJing spin, if that makes sense. Also, wisdoms, thank you. Dude, I can't wait to make this game harder. Ah, shit, we're dead. We're dead. No! Is this a new mechanic, the rising wall? Since you've been here, probably, yeah. Although, it's just a combination of, like... Oh shit. Yeah, it is a new mechanic, yeah. Oh my god, bro. I'm just trash. Oh, I think, you know what? I don't think I'm trash. I think it's bad level. You know, I hate to say it, but it's bad level design. Just a bit. Just towards the end, I think it's bad. We'll see. Yeah, this area is kind of like you have to do that, which most people aren't good at, and I do want to require that from the player. Like, I do want people to learn that, but not right now. I think what I need to do, if we want to make this type of game where like there's more precision required from the player, I think I have to do a new game plus. That's the only way. At least in the current, like, because we're close to release, and I think the game is good. I don't know, man. Like, I do want to keep... Like, I do want to make the game harder. It's just, I know people are going to struggle with it. And I'd rather just be... I'd rather appeal to people who are new to platforming and then just make a new game plus that does everything similar, but just better. And it won't be that difficult either. Because what I'll do is I'll duplicate each of these rooms. Or I'll duplicate each of the... What the hell did I just do? I'll duplicate each of these chapters. And it'll be the same chapters, but in between there's just going to be way more precision required. Wait, is this... This is not the right room, is it? No, it was this one. Whoops. Where's my player? The structure of beef. The rising wall. Song slaps. Which one was that you were listening to? Wasn't this one, it was Theme of a Really Cool Bird. Boom, boom, boom. Honestly, I think all of the music in this game. This song slaps. Nah, the B4. How about they all slap? How about that? There, now we can, like, there we go. I think it's not super amazing, but it's decent. I do really like these levels compared to any of the ones that we made before. Yeah, nice. I think we're gonna end it. I don't know if I should end it there or if we should start making more rooms. I did want to increase the firing rate of the wall of flesh, though. Yeah, I'll be right back. I gotta pee. I need the name of the previous one. I thought I shared it. Green Tea Forest. Beneath the towering, Green Tea Forest. Theme of a Really Cool Bird. Innocence Glitched. Those are the last 3 songs. This is by the same guy, by the way. I'll leave this one running. I'll lower it a bit, though. Alright, I'll be right back. I just realized you guys can see the trash in my background. My shoulder's not covering it. All right. We finished this area. Okay. What is next? Oh yeah. Fire rate. I'm hoping this doesn't break the game. Block of flesh. Worst case scenario, we'll just we just won't do it. But yeah, what I was thinking is we're gonna make an export here. I think by default we set it to 1.0. It's alright, I'm used to seeing trash on your screen. Thank you. Oh, yeah, right. Sorry, Proton. My bad, Proton. Let's see. Did you? Never mind. Oh, nice. That's pretty good. Oh, that's so cool. What's this? This is Proton's game. It's made in the Commodore 64. So it's extremely impressive. You know, when people are like, "Oh yeah, just make your game in assembly." Proton's that guy. He's him. Boom boom. Pretty cool stuff. Nice. It's looking good. Oh yeah. Oh look, Soul Tune's on. Wednesday Day. He is him, yeah. Indeed, he is. Unlike us, Godot smooth brain users. Enter attack timer is set to 1 second. Alright, so by default we'll set it to 2 seconds. Wait, let me just make sure. Enter attack. I'm pretty sure, okay. Yeah, we always do this in the idle state. So we're gonna say shoot attack timer. What did we call it? Fire rate is what we called it. Okay. Fire rate. So it'll start based on the fire rate now. And I think we'll just manually update it for every room that we want it. So like, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if it'll be noticeable to the player. And in fact, you know what I might do? I'm just gonna put it in the script here. So you can see we say 231, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to, for now, we're just going to say fire rate. Shoot stage is false. Yeah, I'm gonna say shoot stage, or sorry, fire rate. We're gonna set to 1.5 here, and then over here I'm gonna set it to 1.0. All right, there we go. So every 1 second. Originally it's 2 seconds. Wait. Right. Never mind. So now if we go into this room. I mean, it should be harder, but I don't know how much harder it's going to be. So these last two rooms will be a little bit more challenging. But what we do is every time you hit an eye, if you hit an eye, it resets the attack. Started with a very high usage already. What would you say takes the most memory? Honestly, it doesn't even feel like he's shooting that often. The animation is so slow. Here, let's do this. That was every 1.5 sec. I guess it doesn't really make that much of a... we should have tested out the... shit, where's my... It's in like closed main scene. What's my I feel like I need to increase the my green screen like don't like there's a little bit of stuff there. We'll remove that in just a second. Just want to see something. Alright, so this should shoot every... Oh shit, oh shit. Alright, yeah, maybe it already is kind of harder. But we might make it half a second. Because there's like a huge animation too. Like the animation itself is already 0.5... Oh, what the hell? Is this a skill issue or what? Oh my god, bro. Come on. Yeah, I think because... the animation itself is already like a second long. You know what? I think it's fine though. Worst case scenario, we'll just add... I think it's fine. As long as we can beat it. We could set it to 0.5 if we... I'll try it out with 0.5 for funsies. But I think we're going to leave it at 1.0. Bum, bum, bum. I also think we might want to push this closer, like maybe just slightly closer. In fact, it'd be really cool if we could reward speedrunning by like making it so that if you hit this one, you can hit this one without going onto this platform. Let's see if that 0.75 to appease all. Not a bad idea, LSG. Actually, I don't like, you might be serious, you might be, you know, just also welcome to the chat. But, the thing I've noticed, or something that I remember reading, I think it was from GMTK, is that like, oh, this is the wrong room. Fine-tuning values is usually not a good idea. I mean, if you find like I have done my fair share of fine tuning, but oh wait, this is the wrong room. We weren't even testing out the right room. This was, unless I'm dumb. What room is this? This is room 231, and this is 232. 232 is 0.05 here. I mean 0.5. Just want to see something. The thing with like fine tuning values is that like at a certain point, there's just something wrong with, if you have to fine tune it to a degree where it's like, oh, let's just make it 10% faster, 10% slower. I think there's like personally, I think there's like a bigger issue. Usually. I like to make like significant changes in the gameplay. Personally. All because I heard it on GMTK, so I was like, yes, that is it. What the hell? But I think it also it depends on the type of game you're playing though. So like RPG games, obviously, I think it's obviously more of a numbers game compared to my game. Oh shit. You know, I'm not even noticing the decrease in speed. Like, it does not make a difference at all. But that's because I'm kind of speed running it. But if I can do it, anyone can do it, I guess. I don't know. Shit. Oh man. Psych. We do need to make sure that it is speed runnable. Like there should never be a case where like this guy is the laser is too fast for us. Let me see. Shit. Like you see how we can never, at least from all of the runs that we've done so far, we can never get across. If I hit this eye though, I think it will let us. Oh wait, no, it doesn't matter. That was the eye that we were concerned with. See, like it always blocks us there. So I think we need to put an eye here, if we want to keep it the way it is. An ill-timed call here, but I've looked for a while. I see. Well, no worries. Thank you. Thank you for all the lurking you've done. Welcome. So yeah, I think we're just gonna put an eye here if we do want to keep it at the same speed, because yeah, this is the last eye until we reach this point, which is a very long time. This is the 0.5 seconds. In total, it's 2 seconds, so you have 2 seconds to get across here, which is nearly impossible. But if we add an eye, maybe slightly lower, that way they can hit this, then hit this, and then get across. But they don't have to. They can actually just hit this while here. Let me see. Might just lower it, or even push it more this way. Like, they don't have to do it if they don't want to. I think it's pretty reactable. The issue's not like you reacting to it, because like you can obviously take your sweet ass time and not, like, I can just chill here, wait for the laser to come, and then keep going. The issue is speedrunning. But yeah, you're not wrong. It is very reactable. Like, especially if you're, especially since the eyes reset its attack. It's a little too easy, you know? Oh, wait a second. We were able to, let me see something. It was because I was taking my sweet time, though. We missed it. At yo, how's it going, Papa Phantom? I was lurking in your stream yesterday. Yesterday was Tuesday though, wasn't it? You were streaming on Tuesday. I thought you only streamed on Fridays. What's that about? You lying to us, Papa Phantom? There we go. So now if you're speedrunning, you can... Yeah, let's try that one more time. Oh, you know what? I also wanted to try this. I want to make sure that we can actually just hit this eye. Yeah, we can. Perfect. Oh my god. I love this. This is... I always say this. Like, every chapter I work on soon becomes my most favorite. Or every mechanic I start. Yo, Jotson! Oh, I don't have my stream notification. Oh, there we go. We missed the sound. I have to add it to this scene. But thank you. Thank you for the raid. Yo, totally not a spam bot. And Seth and Taxes. You end up figuring out that non-error exit issue. I didn't figure it out. It doesn't happen anymore, but I didn't figure it out. It just doesn't happen. But I'm pretty sure it has to do with us. I'm pretty sure it had to do with the singleton that we made. So I will be redoing it. The bug doesn't occur anymore because I'm never resetting the enemy anymore. But eventually, I do have to like re-tackle that issue. I'm suddenly covering every game entered in the GB Jamala. Oh, I see. So that's a lot of work. And no worries, Jotson. Thank you again for the raid. Here, let me give you a shout out. Jotson is probably one of the most well-known Godot developers. Like whenever someone asks me, like, do you know any, like, you know, people are always deeply concerned with, you know, a famous game that came out in Godot. Jotson is, or, you know, the games that Jotson has worked on. Who's Jotson? You know who Jotson is, Pregorly. Why are you trolling me? You know, I stole 100, what was it? I stole like 1,000. I don't know how much you actually put into the prediction yesterday, but I hope it was a lot. Pregorly. I felt good. Felt good when I won. I felt bad for Grumble, but I felt good taking your points. You bet all of them? Oh, damn. It was like taking candy from a baby. He's the Godot father. Oh, that's good. The Godot father of Godot. But yeah, I think this room is perfect now. I'm so happy. But yeah, this new chapter, or like this new escape sequence, has quickly become my favorite. He made Gravity Ace and coded, yeah, and he's also working on another game. I don't know if it's on Steam yet, but there's another game he's working on. It's usually what he's doing on stream, which is like similar in gameplay to Vampire Survivors, I want to say. CRK0. Thank you. And Shady. How's it going, Shady? I saw you made an update on your game recently, Shady. Can you send us... Which one? Have you never seen Dome Keeper, Juho? I feel like... I remember someone recommending... Today, actually. Nice. Here, we can open it up, actually. I've never played it, to be honest. I'm waiting for, you know, as a poor game dev, I'm waiting for a sale. But I do plan on getting it one of these days. And I know I know the team is still making updates to the game. So I think the longer I wait, just the better the game's gonna be. Dome Keeper. Right here. So this is Dome Keeper. Oh really? Papa Phantom's voice is in the in Shidy's game now? That's pretty cool. I feel like I wish I could get voice acting in my game. I just don't think it's appropriate for my game. But maybe in the next one. Really nice. Yeah, it's pretty top tier. There's also Gravity Ace. Whoops. Gravity Ace, I think, I want to say Johnson works on alone, but I might be wrong about that. But I'm. Is it did he update it? Oh yeah. Oh, I don't have it on my wish list either. Oh, it's finished. I thought it was in early access, but it is done. Yeah, it's a pretty cool looking game too. And there's also Shady games. I mean, yeah, I guess we're doing a showcase of. Oh, why am I searching up Shady? Blah blah blah. Escape Space. Gravity Ace was done before he worked on Dome. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Where is Escape Space? Here it is. Honestly, yeah, this game has been. I've been following this game for a while now, and just from the screenshots already are looking so much better than when they were first out. Shreddy's a deeply passionate game dev. Only issue with this game is that it's made in Unity, but like you can't blame him for that. Like he didn't know. He didn't know that he was picking a bad engine when he first started. And there's a special cameo from Papa Phantom in the game, so that's also another plus. And there's also, you know, there are some other good. Oh, it's in the Shmup Fest too. Forgot. September 25th. Curious. Where's yeah, I've heard a lot of these games are good though. Void Ego. I know Grumble of Pugs loves this game. I haven't played it at all, but I know he's been raving about it. And I think Grumble and I have like a very similar taste in games. I'm sure I would like it too. What's that other game? Speaking of, Grumble also has a game called Megabat to be announced. I feel like his Steam page though is lacking. Like the game looks so much better than this. I think he's been working a lot. It's hard for him to like, because he also has a job. He hasn't been like, it's hard to work on a game and do all these other things. But if you think this looks good, the game itself also looks really good. What are the main genres I play? So it's weird because like. There are certain games that I play alone. There are certain games that I play a lot because I'm a game dev, and then like there are certain games that I play with like friends a lot. So like, when it comes to friends, which is I think the games that I play the most is probably like Valorant. Yeah, probably just Valorant. But when it comes to like playing games alone, I'm really into like if I want to like vibe myself and stuff. The games that I find addicting are games like RimWorld. See, I played Fallout recently, actually, but I was trying to play survival, like, you know, the hardcore mode, but it didn't work, or like my game froze and I didn't want to go back, so I just uninstalled it. RimWorld is one of my favorite. Project Zomboid, like games like this. Terraria is really good. Civ is really fun. Divinity. But the games that I play are not the games that I like to develop. So as a developer, I'm really into platformers, obviously, or like indie games. So like Celeste, of course, is a top tier game. Let's see, what else? What's a top tier game? Ori and the Blind Forest is probably one of my favorites as well. Like, there's certain games that you appreciate as a developer. Like Blasphemous is another one of those games. Katana Zero. But these are not, I would say these are not like, not my all-time favorite games, but like as a game dev, I'm super happy to play them. Got to get those A-Sprite hours. Yeah, I should be doing this more often. I should just launch it and run in the background. What the? Oh my god, I recently reinstalled A-Sprite, so now the color, it's like, how do you change the theme? Oh my god. Never again, please. There's a better theme that we used to use. I'll fix that later. Whoops, I closed it already. It's alright. Honestly, I don't like running A-Sprite in the background too much because I am not even a good artist. So like when I run it in the background, it's like, what? You have this many hours and you're still trash at pixel art? Like, yeah. Honestly, the less hours I have, the better. I watch a lot of RimWorld recently. Might buy it. I like the selection of games you play. Yeah, RimWorld is top tier. I actually, I've had an issue with RimWorld, especially during game dev, because it's kind of like if you're a programmer, you'll like RimWorld because it's like optimizing everything. You're basically, trying to make your survivors or your colonists survive for a certain amount of time. To escape the planet, but the more efficient you do things, the quicker you can escape. So yeah, if you're a programmer, you really like the game, and it gives you that huge dopamine. So just be careful with that game. It actually I had to force myself to uninstall the game because it was getting in the way of my game dev. I recently bought the DLC, the most recent DLC. I haven't even played it. I guess I'm supporting the devs, but yeah, I never actually played it. But it's so much extra content that I'm just like, maybe I shouldn't play it. Decided right now that I'm demaking memory. What's demaking it? Boom, boom. Someone is there. Is there a way to? Is there a way to make a collision rectangle where the player can stand on top of it, and the other sides are deadly? Is there a way to make a collision rectangle where the player can stand on top of it? I mean, you can just add. I mean, the quickest way would just be to add area 2Ds to the sides. You could also check the direction too. Like, you can check, depending on how you're calculating the collision. Like, if you don't want to use area 2Ds, like if you only want the static bodies to check, or if you only want the player to check like its collision with the object you're moving, you could what could you do? Yeah, you could check the direction to the collision, or there's like a collision point thing that you can calculate. Really depends on how you want to approach it. Kinder Egg, welcome, and Nice You Clap. Thank you for the follows. And RJ, I don't know if I thanked you, but thank you. RJM003. And Leeway91. Appreciate it, guys. Love management games like City Skylines, Startup Company, or strategy games like Hearts of Iron. Yeah, I mean, I loved. But my only experience with these games is like, RimWorld is top tier. I know a lot of people like that game. what's it called? Factorio. I feel like I would have really liked Factorio, but also I'm glad I don't have it just because I feel like it'll be a huge time sink. And I know there are like tons of mods you can get as well. But I do like I think RimWorld is, for me, it's the perfect game. If I can only play one game for the rest of my life, as long as maybe they're making updates and stuff, maybe it might be RimWorld. Do we ever go left in this game? Yeah, sometimes you do go left. Here, let me see. I mean, let's see. I mean, you're going left here. Is that what you mean? There's no branching out yet. The game is pretty linear at the moment. I do plan on adding different routes. It's just that, Neo. Thank you, Neo. I feel like Neo's probably one of the people who gift me subs the most, if I had to guess. The amount of times I've seen Neo's name on my screen. It's too high. Too high. Thank you, Neo. How's it going? What you been up to? Factorio made 3 months of my life straight up evaporate. Happens with any super crunchy automation based game, yeah. Definitely happened with me and RimWorld too. And the thing that I like about the thing that I really like about RimWorld too is that there's like a human element to it. Like you can control your pawns or your colonists, and they they all have their own they can level up, they can get better at these things, they have personalities too. It's like you kind of get connected to them in some way. Absolute mad lad Neo, yeah. Indeed, he's a mad lad. He doesn't say anything either. He just comes, gives subs, and then goes about his day. September. It is September. Thank you. 9 months. Wow, I've been an affiliate for 9 months. I think Neo was here since day one. Flaccident, how's it going? That's a spooky surprise. But yeah. Oh, for those of you who are new to the stream, I don't think I really showed any of the gameplay. This is a game heavily inspired by Celeste. You'll notice, we have very similar dashes, movement. There's a wall climb in the game too, but I don't really use it, and it's more automatic than anything. It might be more common in future levels. Is this a clone? Nikki B. You're just asking for a ban, aren't you? How's it going, Nikki? I was lurking for a long time on your stream. I want to say I was playing video games while I was watching your stream, but I actually don't remember what I was doing. Ban me. I want to ban you. Soon. Thank you, Papa. I'm not sure Celeste was even the first like it. We can't get enough games in this genre. Yeah, for sure. I think Celeste just, was one of the games that did it very well. And like the thing is, if you look at Celeste, they just did everything well. And that's like the criticism that I get a lot of the time is like, oh, it's just like Celeste, but it is obviously that's how I made my gameplay, is that I looked at Celeste and I was like, oh, they did everything perfect. Like, the thing is, if you're making a platformer and you're not doing it like Celeste, or, if you don't have the same responsiveness as Celeste, or even better, you're doing something wrong if you're going to tackle this genre. I mean, you can. There are still like I know some decent platformers that are coming out that have more of a classic movement, um, similar to like Mario, I guess. I mean, even Mario, you can say, like if they made a classic Mario and like the level design was good, there's no problem with that. I mean, there are Mario mods even, or like people make their own version. Super Mario Maker or something like that. There are people who play that stuff religiously and they're good. So it's not impossible, but if you're gonna make your own title, for instance, I feel like you have to make something. Either you have to have like a really good story, or really like for me, I think I'm really good with gameplay. But yeah, I would say don't be afraid. Like, I don't know, because I do get a lot of messages of people saying like, "Hey, this is a Celeste clone." Like, why are you making a Celeste clone? Your game's never gonna become popular. But the thing is, most people are not even like game dev. Like, how do I say this? How would you know what a good game is unless you've looked at like references for games? Like, it's easy to like make. I wouldn't say it's easy, but you can try making a novel game, but there's no way of knowing if it's going to do well. And I feel like people are obsessed with novel games, especially indie devs. They're like, oh, I need a really good idea. But you're not really gonna like. How common is it to have a really good idea and do it, tastefully? It's pretty rare, actually. But I think one thing that is possible is if you make a game that's inspired by another game, or like you put your own little spin on it. And I mean, that's how you learn game dev in general. Like, at least for me, it was, I basically made a roguelike, a super simple roguelike. It was kind of like, if you know Crypt of the Necrodancer, it was kind of like that, where, it's turn-based, but there's also a timed element to it. And I mean, that just helped me with like figuring out core gameplay loops. I feel like too many people try making games, but they don't finish their core gameplay loop, and then they wonder why their game is, for instance, not fun. And I don't want to say this like to bash it, because I know a lot of game devs struggle with this. I hope I'm not like, I'm not trying to call out anybody. I just know that it's something that's pretty common. They want to make you want to make a game and then you just have too many ideas. I mean, that's what happened with my first game. It was definitely way too overscoped, and I kept implementing all of these things, and it was just never fun. Because it was never finished. There was no established gameplay loop. But with my game currently, even though it might not necessarily be as unique as I would like for it to be, at least I know it's good. And it's not like, it's not like I'm not learning anything. You're learning a lot especially from feedback from people who, do like your game, or like, just like the things that you're producing. They give you feedback and you learn from it, and then when you start making other games, you'll get like a subtle, or you'll gain the intuition of like what makes a good game. I don't know what my next game is going to be, but I'm sure I'll be definitely more prepared for it. Just from the feedback that I've been getting from this one. Are you gonna add live split auto splitters? Yes. I might even have someone else do. Like, I know some people might do it themselves. I know. If you guys know Hellraiser, he's like he's like the. I feel like if you don't know Hellraiser, maybe you're new to the game dev community. But yeah, Hellraiser, I feel like is one of the he's probably the best gamer. Like he's put my game to shame. Like in terms of like. He beat my game in less than 5 minutes, and he made an auto split, but I mean it wasn't the best one, or like I think he wanted to update it, but the thing is the game keeps changing. I think there are signals that you can create specifically for auto split or live split to make game dev to make speedrunners' lives a little easier. It's great and all, but overrated from average people. Yeah, I think it's overrated from game. I don't know if it's overrated from game devs, because if you're making a good game, I'm sure people will play the game. It doesn't matter if it's original or not. I guess you will get a crowd of people who are like, oh, like for instance, comparing this game to Celeste, someone might be like, oh, I've already played Celeste, why would I play this game? But the thing is, if you're a real big fan of Celeste, you'll be like, oh, it's like Celeste. Perfect. You know, I've been looking for a game. Like, there aren't too many games that are like Celeste. Or there aren't too many games that are as good as Celeste, I would say. And because it's very challenging to, like personally, I think Celeste did do everything correctly. So if you're going to try to... I don't want to say compete, because I'm not trying to compete with Celeste, but I think that's what people assume I'm doing. Like, oh, I'm trying to make a Celeste killer? Like, that's definitely... I'm definitely not going to reach the same sales as Celeste. But, I mean, we are trying to make a good game. But that's it. Oh, shit. And there are some unique elements. I mean, the story, I think, will be pretty unique. The gameplay... The foundation of the game is very similar to Celeste, but I do have, like, you know... I still have different mechanics. Enough for me to not feel like my game is a clone. But, yeah, I mean, it doesn't... Honestly, it doesn't matter. If you want to call it a clone, you can call it a clone. I mean, Lives of P, for example, is a... it's a freaking Souls... it's a Soulsborne, right? And yeah, I think it's popping off lately, right? Oh, shit. If I love a game, I'm going to want more games like it. Yeah, exactly. And that's sort of what I'm banking on, is that people... And I've also heard, like... No, never mind. I was going to say something, but I think I'm wrong there. I will say my game is easier than Celeste, too. So, that's another thing to consider, is that people, like, I know people who are struggling with Celeste a lot, and at least for me, even though my game might look challenging, and I mean, it is challenging, again, learning, like, level design has taught me, like, hey, we do need to be a little bit more, noob-friendly. Although you might see right now, and you might look at the game right now and be like, what the hell? What are you talking about? This game looks hella hard. It is hella hard, but I think for the average Celeste player, this is actually just pretty easy stuff. Pretty simple platforming. I think Memory is harder than base game Celeste. At least the demo was. When was the last time you played the demo? Because I was always under the assumption that this game was easier than Celeste, but maybe I'm wrong about it. I do plan on making it harder than Celeste, though. At least the base game, what I consider to be harder than Celeste. But it also could be harder because I'm the one designing these rooms, so whatever I find possible to complete, you know? Like, usually I make stuff and I'm like, alright, this is good. And I find it good when I can beat it. You know what I mean? So maybe that's another issue. When you're not the one designing the rooms, you don't know the intention. You know, I've been here before. So that could be another reason why I find it easier. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with the boss fight. I think we need more more juice to the boss fight. You know, more animations, just more everything, really. But in terms of like the mechanics, I think it's pretty decent. The next demo that I push out will be, it's gonna be a private demo anyway. So it doesn't really matter how it looks. By the way, if anybody is interested in playing the private demo, I have a Twitch that's how I do it. There's a Twitch reward that lets you have access to the demo, or to the itch page that I post the demo. I might be moving that to Steam pretty soon, actually. So you'll have like a playtest key, and I'll post the updates there. But for now, it's still on itch, and the new demo will be on itch too, like this coming up one. But the base game, going up to chapter 3. This is chapter 3. Is on Steam, the public demo. Not this boss fight though, and not chapter 4 and 6, but. Are any of your games open? I do post. They're not open source, but they're like the source code is out there. I mean, yeah, I guess like they're not open source projects, but yeah, you can do whatever you want with the code of those projects. But honestly, it's not that impressive, I would say, unless you really want to see some like old Godot 3 projects, because yeah, most of my games are made in 3. I think the only ones that I have posted are my forgot which one. My roguelike game is, I think the source code is on my GitHub, and that might be the only one. I don't mind like if someone wants to see the code for the other games, I don't mind posting it. I think I'll have to look through my hard drive and find it. Yeah, let me see. But yeah, honestly, the other game, like, I think you can find better references out there. I would not look at my old projects as a reference, just because it was when I was still learning. Like, if you want to look at it in a game design aspect, maybe, but like, oh shit, I have to log in. Let me see. What's out there? Yeah, I think the only game that I posted was this one, but I don't mind posting like any of these games. I think the code for this one is out there. I think if you download, yeah, the source is. This was 90. Wow, it feels like this was a couple of months ago. I mean, I guess. Is this really only 2? That doesn't make sense. 2 megabytes? I guess so. Your game design professor, who is a huge Celeste fan, said the demo was harder. Oh, that's so cool. Your game design professor played my game? That's actually pretty cool. Said it was harder than Celeste. Again, a couple of days ago. Oh, I see. Okay. But it felt like I breezed through Celeste. Okay. That's interesting that you would say that. I always found the game easier, but yeah, I guess because I'm the one who designed it. I've also had people tell me it's easier than Celeste. But maybe it's like the mid-game stuff. Is this your GitHub? Yes. It is my GitHub. Mine Against Misery, that's the one. And then Precision Platformer, this was something that I did in Godot 4. So I mean, if you want to look at this for a reference, if you're making a platformer, you can. Yeah, I don't really post that much. There's procedural generation stuff. Yeah, like all of this stuff is like, I really don't post anything. I actually do like the state machine on that one for precision platformer. I think it, again, like every time I look, like things can always get improved. Like I feel like I'm, figuring out things in a better sense, and I keep trying to make it. Like I keep looking at it and I'm like, oh, like this is, like this was for a YouTube video that I did, and I want to redo the whole YouTube video now. But I think I'm gonna wait for like 4.2, or I think I'm gonna wait until this game is done, cause maybe there's some other things I'm missing. The pixel art is great, thank you, Big Game Mikey. The pixel art is, yes, it is a part of my game, but I'll say I don't make all the pixel art. A lot of it is like bought assets or asset packs or commissions or stuff like that. So yeah. It is good, and it's good because the art that I bought is good. I do update it a lot. Like, like for instance, the teeth. I made the teeth spikes. But like the eyes, that was a part of the. That was an asset pack, or like that was a sprite sheet. It's good for 2D games. I hear 2D is hard in Unreal. Yeah, it's definitely easier in Godot compared to if you're using Unreal, and even I've heard Unity as well. Yep, Godot is definitely top tier for 2D games. One of the best, if not the best. But yeah, I think that was it. Like the level design was all I wanted to. I thought there was gonna be more. I'm trying to think. Should I make one more boss fight, or one more escape sequence, or we can even update the final escape sequence. I might even want to push these first, the vertical rooms first, and then do the horizontal ones. Because it would be like, oh, you go up and then. Like this looks like a finale. Like this whole long area, it looks like it's supposed to be a finale. But it could also work, like you're going up and up and up, and then you escape hell or something. That's the other thing. But here, let's see. When we talk about a game we discovered, my professor really enjoyed the eye jump canceling laser mechanic. Oh, that's so cool. I would have loved to see what your professor said about the game. And I'm glad you guys played. I assume you guys played it recently. I'm glad you played like one of the more recent demos, because this is. I mean, I say this all the time, but like every time I make an update, it just becomes like such a good representation of the game. And I feel like I'm finally at a point where I like where the game is at in terms of like mechanics and everything. But that always changes. Like I'm sure in a month from now I'll be like, oh, you played the demo? You played the demo from 2 months ago? Oh, dude, that one's trash. Check this one out, I feel like if I ever go back to school, I would want to do like a game dev course, but I feel like low key, I feel like if I went, I would be too I feel like it would be too pretentious. Like I'd be like, oh, I know this already, you know. And I feel like it would have been nice if I did it at a younger age, or like before I started actually trying to make games, because now my ego sort of tells me I already know everything. Obviously I don't, but my ego says I do. If you feel me. Shit. Just notice the kitty follows you? Yeah. It'll be more part of the lore and gameplay later on. I've been kind of ignoring it lately. Feel that but on different topics, yeah. It's the same I don't know if it's like the same reason I don't watch a lot of YouTube, like educational, like I loved GMTK. And I still do. Like, I think it's awesome, but every time I look at the videos, I'm like, oh, this is like, it almost feels like it's common sense, you know? And I mean, I don't want to devalue it, because I think I like, out of all the like game dev YouTube channels, I like GMTK the most. But yeah, I don't know. Something like my ego just always says like, oh, you know, you already know this. And I'm like, yeah, but what am I missing out on, you know? I try to force myself to watch at least like those types of videos, because it's good to take note of those things, especially when all you do is like game dev. You don't. I'm sure there's things that he's tackled that I have been wondering about, or even that I haven't been wondering about. But are like deeply important. But you can't pet the cat because practical is cruel. Yeah. Is it me who's cruel, or is it you, Spambot, who's not cruel? Because you know, last time I checked, there is a tip jar that goes directly into the cat petting fund. So not me trying to scam you of money, but it's you. You're the problem. How about that? No, I'm kidding. I do plan on adding a petting animation eventually, regardless of like it's definitely, it has to be in the game. Like I'm pretty sure people will uninstall my game if they can't pet the cat. So I do plan on adding a petting animation. It's just I'll have to commission someone, and I feel like it'll be very expensive. So I'm saving it for. I plan on doing a Kickstarter. I mean, that's what I plan on doing. I don't know if I'll actually do it, but that's the plan. That's the goal. Any percent speed cat petting speedrun category 1? Honestly, I know there are speedruns. Like there are speedruns for the tutorial area of Celeste, and in the lore, you're going to find the cat before it follows you like this. So there could be an any percent for finding the cat and petting it. Oh, I just realized you can speedrun through this area without hitting that that eyeball. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. But yeah, I think we're gonna leave it at that. I think we finished the entire boss sequence. I don't know if I'm gonna add more. I think in New Game Plus we'll have some more, but I think this is good enough. I make it look easy. I don't think it's that easy. And once we have like some people play test it, we'll see. Stay tuned. This Saturday, we'll see people play test it, hopefully. Or maybe even Sunday, because I'm gonna be releasing it on Saturday. Will you change that when you die, the cat will direct? Yeah. I will update that. It's been there are a lot of things that are like on the back burner, like because it's so easy to implement that I've just been, you know. Wait, how do you get the Twitch playtest reward? It's if you just click on fake internet points. You know, there's this little thing right here. You click on that, and there should be something that costs 4,000. Play the current demo. You'll need a Discord, and I'll send you the. There's like a there's a site, and there's also a key to get that version. But yeah. The only thing that's included in that one is the, you know, it'll be the boss fight. Right now we have chapter 4. I can show you guys chapter 4 too, actually. While we're here. I haven't played it in a hot minute. It's epic internet PP points. You know what I was actually thinking of calling it? I was thinking of calling it real internet points. That way we can call it RIP. Cause like Memento Mori is kind of like, what the hell? Yeah, like Memento Mori, RIP. I'm calling it real internet points, even though they're fake. Sleepy Mushroom, how's it been? How you been? But yeah, this is the chapter 4 mechanic. Oh, fuck. It's a little bit, a lot more faster paced. I'm not sure if it's easier or harder than chapter 3, but it is a lot different. Been a little sick, but I'm okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, a lot of people have been getting sick lately, and yeah, maybe it's that time of the year, or I mean, fall is coming, or autumn. I know my lips. I don't know if it's from what I've been eating, but my lips have been getting so dry. What does the arrow point to? The arrow is based on, like, so you can use mouse movement if you want to. I think platforming is very difficult for people using arrow keys if you're not using a controller. So if you've never played a platformer before, it's actually easier to use mouse and keyboard, especially if you've like played, I don't know, like if you played an FPS or like just any, or like a top-down shooter game. This is a bad example of a game. Here, I'll do chapter 1. I do need to make sure that it updates to 4 to 8 directions. But yeah, that's also been on the back burner lately. But yeah, mouse and keyboard. I used to be very precise with the mouse. I think I've lost my touch though. I like using arrow keys personally. Although, so, fair warning, if you play a lot of precision platformers, you will eventually break your arrow keys. I've already broken mine. I will say it's been 3 years of me playing this game, so, and my keyboard is relatively old. Especially if you bash. I think my issue was that I was bashing the keyboard. Like, you know, I thought my keyboard was indestructible. Yeah, there's controller support, so here, I can play it with a controller too. I recommend playing with a controller. I don't know where my micro USB is though. Let me check behind the screen. Which is better, D-pad or stick? D-pad. For sure, D-pad. I think analog stick is a bait. I actually want to. I don't know. Like, I know people like to play with joysticks though, so I don't like. I started playing Celeste with the joystick, and I remember getting frustrated so often, and then I switched to the D-pad, and it was just 20 times better. So this is me playing with the. Oh shit! This is me playing with the D-pad. Honestly, I low-key miss it. It feels good. I'll say that. Any platformer that I play, even though keyboard is better, controller is just fun. Like, it's maybe it's like nostalgic or something, but I like playing, even though keyboard is better. Controller is more fun. But if you're like trying to speedrun and stuff, I would say keyboard again. Although the top speedrunner, in the in the old version of the game, used a controller. So I won't say it's impossible to play with. Like, if you can do it, don't be afraid. It's kind of like comparing hitboxes to some people use hitboxes or what's it called, fight sticks for like fighting games. As a Rocket League gamer, my keyboard mouse skills are respectfully ass. I see. But yeah, you use a joystick for Rocket League, right? So like, I mean, maybe you have more precision with the analog. It's just that, sometimes differentiating a 45-degree angle, like, tilting your analog upright versus up can screw with you. I do have an option. There's a settings that you can mess with the dead zone. So if you want to be more precise with your movements, you can, or less precise, whatever you want. But yeah, they have their flaws. I like the idea of just digital, just hard input. Constantly between plat 1 and plat 3. Only hit diamond once. I'm a keyboard rocket. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Street Fighter joysticks are better for Street Fighter. I would say, unless you're like. I started out when I played a little bit. I played a decent amount of not that much, but like. I do like D-pads. Like, I feel like D-pads, they just have a classic feeling to it, like a nostalgic feeling to it. And yeah, it's good for my game, but yeah, for a game like, definitely combos were so much easier, or like getting your moveset on Street Fighter with the analog stick was so much easier. It actually felt like night and day. Can you recommend for players but saying the best way to play is XY? I would say the best the thing is, if you've never played video games, like for beginners who have never played video games before, or for beginners who are new to platforming. Is this Celeste DLC? You're so funny, Shady. So funny. I would say a go-to for anyone is controller. Like, I even say it in the game. Highly recommend a D-pad with controller. And then next, if you've never played, like if you're a beginner, again, I say using WASD and the mouse is my go-to again. And then if you're a seasoned precision platformer player who, I guess the only game you can really compare to is if you've played a lot of Celeste, I would say use just arrow keys and ZXC. Shit. I've been nice this stream. Haven't been anyone. You forced me. What makes it actually so? Here's a hot take. Precision platformer is so. This is something that I remember hearing from Maddie Thorson, and it's what like when what's it called? When Celeste was being made, the game isn't actually like it's considered a precision platformer, but it's not actually like precision is not actually required from the player to be, you know, pixel perfect. But instead making the player be precise in like understanding the mechanics of the game. For instance, like if I bounce on the right side of that eye, or yeah, if I bounce on the right side of that eye, my position is always being reset. So like you allow the player to always be precise. Like, I mean, you could make it precise in the sense where, like, you know, based on your direction to the eye, you're going to bounce in a certain direction, but I don't like that kind of stuff. I like making the game feel a little bit more more consistent, and then have the player concern themselves with other forms of precision, like pressing the dash button at a certain time, or like timing themselves correctly, instead of actually forcing their hand at like you know, jumping at this exact pixel, you know what I mean? So when I say, I don't like, maybe I sort of like created that definition for myself, but when I say precision platformer, I just mean considering the player, or considering super high responsiveness. So it's not the player that's being precise, it's the game that's making the player precise, if that makes sense. But yeah, I might be just making that my definition myself. But the thing is, it's kind of subjective. That's what I call, like, for instance, a game like Blasphemous is way more, technically requires way more precision than my game. Even it's not classified as a precision platformer, but you have to be at an exact spot in Blasphemous to, like, for instance, get a certain jump, or get a wall, or get a, like a, you know, there's like platforming scaling in that game, and you have to be precise with your positioning there, which is like annoying for me. Like, I hate when games, I mean, it's annoying at the beginning. You do get used to it, but yeah, personally, I'm not a fan, and I think it's frustrating for players when all they want, especially for platforming games, you don't want someone to get frustrated with movements. Like I am right now. I'm terrible with I've gotten so used to mouse and keyboard, or mouse inputs, that controller is just not it for me anymore. But yeah. That is it for today. If you have any other questions before we rate it. Also, if you guys want to play the game, you can play it on Steam. And if you also want to wishlist it, it'd be greatly appreciated, but you don't have to. Oh man, my bot literally just said wishlist memory, right as I wrote it too. I'll wishlist it. Thank you. Oh, Mr. Glick, my audio thing's broke. I forgot. Well, I reinstalled everything on my computer, so I'll say it for you. I think it's disgusting that you got nothing better to do. Yeah, I'm a scammer. Sorry. Your internet. How many points do you have? I could. Here, let me see. I'll give it back to you. I'm a nice guy. Oh, I've never had the chance. Sorry, Mr. Glick. I'll give you back your points. I'll owe it to you. We have to raid this guy. I've never raided Saltoons. I don't think I have. Saltoons is probably one of my favorite game dev streamers. So, you guys will enjoy him. I'll see you, TQ, Mr. Glick, CP Mushroom, Neo. Thank you again for the subs. Season 6 COD today. Desired State. How's it going, man? Hugo. I think precision platformer is just something that speedrunners really have to hone on. Everything has to be precise in order to save time. Yeah. There's definitely requirement on the player, but also, oh, he's looking at this game. It's pretty cool actually. But yeah, thank you again for watching, everybody. Thank you again, Jotson, for the raid. If he's still here, and Skid, Odin, everybody, Shiny Games. I know you didn't mean it. I know you didn't want to call my game a clone. You're just a Unity user. It's okay to be upset. Nikki B, Kloby TV, everybody, thank you. I'll see ya.
Is this on Switch? I might play this. I do love a good Devolver game. They know how to pick good games to publish. Practical NPC, what the heck? Hype in the chat, everybody. What up, NPC? How was your stream? What was going on? What's good? What's good? Hello, everybody. We're kind of just chilling right at the moment, checking out some games. Appreciate the raid. Give a shout out to Practical. If you don't know who Practical NPC is, from my